Hello, I am Patrice Gray, and welcome to my channel. For those of you that have not been here before, welcome. For those of you who has been here before and has watched some of my videos, welcome back. I know I didn't give you a lot during that time. That was during the COVID season, but now I am back. I have so much to share, so much to tell you about, and just show you my day to day, my life, and what goes on, how I do it, what things have transpired. And I think I'm ready to tell my story and just be an open book now. I get questions on the side a lot, um, personal connections that I have. And I'm really an open book. I like to share my experiences and things that I've overcome. So on this channel, you're gonna get everything from my new life as an entrepreneur, also my family, maybe get some vlogs in here, my lifestyle of travel and fun because that is my drug. So to the people that say, hey, she does too much, she travels too much, that's me. That's what I do. That's my drug. Some people may play lottery, some people may gamble. Me, I like to travel, and that's what drives me outside of my family. But yeah, so yeah, welcome back. And for those of you that are in the Nashville area, and if you were at Brunching with Bella, yes, I made this video right after we got back from Brunching with Bella. My makeup was done. I'm feeling a little cute today. So you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a cute video today. You're not gonna get a raw uncut because there are some raw uncut videos, no makeup. You're gonna get all them blemishes on my face, my skin breakout, and all of that. So whatever. This is what you're getting today. But this video is actually should be playing today. I'm gonna say today because that's gonna be the day that it's dropping, which is December the 7th of 2022. Why is this video dropping on December the 7th of 2022? Is because that was the day my life transitioned into entrepreneurship. So in this video, not only is it a welcome to my page, but it's also to give you a little story time of what transpired on the day December the 7th of 2021. What happened on that day? And what changed my life and what direction did it go? So let me tell you what happened. I lost my job. Yeah, I lost my job. So for those of you who knows what that feels like or knows what that is, um, depending on what stage of life you're in, what your finances or what things may be transpiring, it could be a good moment, it could be a bad moment. You know, who can relate? It's not a good feeling, but if you're prepared, it's okay. So I definitely just going through that and experiencing that for probably the third time in my life, but this go around, I was prepared, I was okay. And I've survived it. It's been a year already. Can you believe that? Like, no, I'm telling myself, can I believe that? It's been a year already since I lost my job, since they gave us that meeting and sent us that email and said, hey, if you're on this list, you have a meeting in 10 minutes and you needed to be on it. So most of us kind of knew what that was about, but the thing about it was being prepared was the key. So let's talk about it. you know let's try to I'll try to back up a little bit of what was going on in my life at that time. So kind of my life was rolling really good as far as working with this company. I did the things that I needed to do while working there as far as saving and getting my finances together. No, let's back up. Let's back up. Let's start with 2020. Yeah, COVID. Let's talk about COVID. So COVID, you know, we're in the house. We ain't got nothing to do. We don't even know if we're about to survive this thing. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, to say I wasn't stressed, but it was stressful turning on the news and things like that. So I had to detach myself from the news and basically go into prayer a lot more. Every time Bishop came on, I was watching him, and it was a mental thing. COVID, it was definitely mental, and you know, thank God that I survived, my family survived, and prayers and continued prayers for those that lost individuals. I've lost some people that I was close to during that time as well. But just, you know, that was something else. And I know that we're still going through some of it, but not as bad as it was prior. So surviving COVID was one in 2020, and that's kind of where my old videos, those videos you see 2 years ago, that's what that was. You know, I was in the house, no direction, no plan, or anything like that. But during that moment, I was contemplating doing real estate. I know I was getting tired with the current position or current company that I was with. And being home all that time, it really made me not want to go back. I was already, it had run its course for me. Let me just say that. I feel like it ran its course. I was no longer interested. It was no longer fun. I hated going to work at that point. I love the people that I work with, but I just hated going to work. So before our building shut down, I remember being in the bathroom. At this point, I'm frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, Lord, just get me out of here. And I remember looking out the window every day. So the building that I worked in, most of you know where that was. I could see the city from all four sides. And I just remember walking to the window at times and like, oh, I just want to be free. Just want to be outside. Like, let me just make my own decisions, have my own choice of being able to do what I want to do daily. So it kind of became a drive for me, but was I looking into entrepreneurship? I was, but not as heavy. So anywho, I remember going to the bathroom and one of my friends mentioned to me about this company, and I was like, oh my God, it's sales. I don't want to do sales. I hate sales. I've been telling myself I hate sales all my life, but that's all I've done. So clearly I'm pretty good at it. You know, I've made very successful incomes with it. I do sales. So I can probably stop telling myself that I don't do sales because that's what I do. But yeah, so I ended up at that point, I'm frustrated. I just want to be in a new place, let me start over type person. I'm one of those people. I can jump outside the box, you know, and go be this player, go be this person, go to be this place, go do this place, go live in this place. Like, I'm one of those. It don't matter to me. So anyhow, I went and applied, literally left the bathroom. They told me about the position in the bathroom, went to my desk, applied for it. Well, I think it was like March 8th or something like that. Went to the interview. I think I actually took off that day from the current company that I was working with, the current company that I was working for. Took off that day, and they ended up shutting the building down because COVID had hit our building. I actually got hired from this company, and after being hired, they actually rejected the offer. Like, have you guys ever had that done to you before? Like being told that you got the job and then they take it away from you because they kind of like did a layoff and things like that because of COVID. Okay, fast forward. Then it hits, like our building shut down. And at this point, I'm scared. I don't want to go to work, you know? So I'm at home. And I'm just calling out at this point because I don't care. Like, I'm just calling out. And then they come up with this: if you have the kids, then you can be at home. And then they started paying us 150 hours. And then, of course, that great unemployment kicked in. I think it was like 800 a week. Yeah, living our best life. You know what I'm saying? But I was at home. I was safe. My family was safe. That's all I cared about. And then during that time, we're not going anywhere. Like, so it was no need to shop. I wasn't going on trips because one of our trips got canceled. So we took the time, and when I say we, my household took the time to get debt free, just kind of get rid of like a lot of bills and things. We had all this money coming in, just from being at home. So we decided to, pay some debt off, like basically became debt free. And I know some of you probably already have met people that, if you talk to them about COVID, like for some, COVID was a life changer for some, and not to, not to forget like the people that have passed through COVID, but for some of those who were in alignment, let me say that, because Bishop used to preach on that type of stuff all the time. And when it happened, it happened. And I thank God that we were in the position to receive all those messages that he was giving us and then do something with it. So so of course we've been in COVID we were in COVID for about 2 years. So then that same company ends up calling me back and was like, hey, we have the position, but it's a little different. So they kind of did like a stair stepper where you work this other position for 3 months, and then the role that I initially applied for, I would go into that role. So that's what happened. I went into that role, and within 3 months, again, it was sales, but it was some good sales. Like, that job did what it needed to do for me and my family. Um, and sometimes it's just being in a position to receive and knowing what goals you have in mind at the time. So I know for me and my family wanted a bigger home. So we decided, that was one of the things. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna need a little bit more money if I'm trying to get into the house that, we want to be in, and different things like that. So that company came just in time, and then me being able to receive it in that moment, and being able to have everything aligned to where I could put money up, and different things like that to get us to the next level. And then also us being already in a home that at the time appreciated. Well, of course, most of the time homes appreciate, but it appreciates it because our city and stuff and things like that had advanced over the years. And when it was time to sell, we were able to, get a good profit, as well as the money that I had saved from the job that I was working. So a lot of things going on there, and just how God sets your life up and how you look at things. So so me making the switch, even during that time, people looked at the current company I was with, was like, oh, you work a good job, you should keep it. But in my mind, and what I saw for my family was, I want something bigger, I want something better. So yeah, I could if I listened to those people, but I knew what I wanted. And that's just more so like an insert to encourage you. If you see that something else may work better for your family, you got to do it for you. I know people are going to talk and they think that they're encouraging you, but sometimes it's not an encouragement because they don't know, and being in the company that I was in, I wasn't happy. I was miserable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, in the beginning it was fun. Like, we had a lot of fun, but then it had run its course, and I'm the one that has to go in here every day, not you. So just doing things that works for you and making sure that you're comfortable in situations, that you're happy. So I did make the switch, and the job lasted for about a year and a half, I believe. But to fast forward, I think it kind of went down here. I want to say after like was it Memorial Day? Maybe Memorial Day or maybe Labor Day. We started to see the company shift. The last company that I was with, we started to see it shift, and I was already kind of like getting prepared. Um, we hadn't gotten into that home that I was looking for, but we were in the process of getting into that home, So we were going through the process of getting the home, and then also, me trying to figure out what's next, because I'm like, I know this is about to end. I can feel it. So I remember asking my coworkers and friends, friend coworkers, what are y'all gonna do next? Like, what's next for y'all? And me, I said, oh, you know what? I'm already looking in this real estate book. So I think I'm gonna pursue that, and then figure out whatever else is to come with that, you know. So we kept working, going with the flow. Then it gets to a point where I've always made commission, so I'm used to commission lifestyle. So I've always kind of had that grind and the hustle and bustle of, most of my money is made off of the work that I do. I don't just get a regular, hey, they pay you by the hour. So yeah, at one point, they actually started guaranteeing our money. So whereas we used to have to work for the commission, they started like saying, we're gonna give you 3,000, we're gonna give you 4,000 here, even if you don't make the sales. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of looking like, oh, this is shifting. It started to be getting harder to like sell people, or it was taking longer for us to close sales. And it's that point. And if you've ever been in sales, in different companies, people are funny in these companies. Like, they'll start talking to you like you ain't never sold before, and you're like, no, y'all don't have the you're not getting me quality leads anymore. Like, we see the shift. But pay attention, like when you're in these jobs and things like that. It's like when they know the company is failing, but they'll try to, put it on you when you're not making sales. It's like, no, I'm not getting the same leads I was getting. The people that's coming through ain't qualified anymore. Like, these people don't have money. Like, where y'all getting these leads from? I've been selling for this amount, this long, or I've been selling for you. Let not even talk about my whole sales career. I've been selling for you for over a year and a half. And now all of a sudden I can't sell anymore. Get the out of here. Like, right. So yeah, so when you start to see that shift, so it's like, oh, something's happening here. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do next. So I lost the job December the 7th of 2021. What did I do? I took some time off for those few weeks. And I kept telling myself, I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna bet on myself. So we went January and February. Mind you, I had already started looking into the real estate book, but when you're not in that book daily, you forget everything. So I picked that book back up, I think maybe the end of December. I'm gonna go ahead and say January. Really, really picked it up. And I went hard in that book because guess what? I had time. I have nothing but time. So I went hard in the book January and February. And then March, I think March, I took the exam. Yep, took the exam March. And then you go through the whole, I passed the exam. I did a self-study, passed the exam with a 84 on the national, 85 on the state. And this is a self-study. You have options to, you can test. I mean, you can actually go to a class, or you can have an instructor. But no, I self-studied. So I hit that book almost every day, all day for, I probably would say I would be in the book 6-7 hours a day. But then I still had my lifestyle. I was still traveling with my friends. So then, or I still had events. So I'm running over here with this kid or that kid. So some days I wouldn't hit it hardly at all. But those next days, like the next day when I come back to it, I'm hitting it hard. So that's what I did. So then I got licensed. I think my license went active April, but May 5th, but we started the process of, fingerprinting and all of that in April. But yeah, so real estate became my thing of what I went into, like what I'm going into. So I'm still learning that. It has been fun. The ride has been fun. I've learned so many things when becoming an entrepreneur, or just you stepping out the box. Like, you're gonna find, and this probably can be another video of so many things I've heard, like people saying about me, people watching me like constantly, like, I'm not gonna say, because maybe we'll talk about that in another video, but it is so much like when you try to just, and it ain't even by choice. Like, I mean, yeah, it's by choice now because I choose not to go look for a job. I choose to become an entrepreneur, but it's like I was kind of forced into this. Like, this is kind of what God has aligned for me at the present moment. Let me say that. Um, but you hear so much, how people just put basically slander on your name, or just ready for you to fall, or just don't want you to win. Like, it has been a lot just on that side. Like, you find out how many people that you're close to that you're not really that close to, so but it's okay. You just keep going, and mentally you have to talk to yourself so that you don't get down and things like that. But the ride has been fun. I will say the ride has been fun. I also have, of course, I've always had my boutique. I've kind of had it on the back burner just for a little bit, but I plan on picking that back up soon. I've had a lot of people coming to me, ask me about that. Um, and I've traveled a lot. I have traveled a lot. Yes, I do. So know when you see me traveling, baby, that's my peace. That's my comfort. That is my who girl. This is why you need to keep pushing the way you're pushing. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me going, and why you want to buy back your time. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I like the freedom, and I want to buy back my time. But also in the process, just being able to help people is what I like too about getting into the real estate. Because I didn't have anybody to help me when I've went through my real estate transaction. I've been through three. So now by the third one, I was able to talk to more people. I mean, not more so with the process because I knew the process, but just kind of like share thoughts and things, next moves and stuff like that when it comes to purchasing or owning a home. But yeah, I was, what, 23, 20, about to be 24 when I bought my first home and didn't have a clue. And baby, I'll tell you, it wasn't the best deal ever. Like, it was not. But hey, I survived it, right? So, but yeah, so on this channel, I'll tell you more about my life, my stories, the real estate process, also my other business that I have, which is a medical courier. I am also a medical courier. And I'll have some videos coming up on that soon because I know that's another thing that everybody's trying to get into. How to get started with that, how just creating your own business, or how to structure your business and things like that, building business credit. I am doing that as well, as far as showing you how to get the credit cards and things like that in your business name. So there's a lot that I have done within this last year. Um, and I'm excited about what's going forward. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, so just wanted to welcome you back, give you a little insight and why I dropped this video today, because it is exactly a year since they said your services are no longer needed. And like today, the message that we got for Brunching with Bella, well, so yeah, I got two parts. This video is being filmed on Sunday. But yeah, like today, Ronnie Brown, like that's one of the things that she talked about, and I could relate to her because the first probably the second time it happened to me, I wasn't prepared. The first time I was okay. The second time I wasn't prepared because that job was like the worst freaking job ever, but I was relieved. Let me say that. I was relieved. I've always been a person that looks at the bigger picture. I don't let it get me down if something bad goes wrong, far as me losing a job or something like that. Oh well, it was meant to be, is what I say. So, but that second job that I lost, it was like the worst paying job ever. And I honestly feel like it's because it wasn't based off of, I don't know what to say. I was underpaid probably for no reason. Let me just say that. But yeah, it was the worst paying job ever. Like, I think they were giving me 35 at the time, and that was probably what, 2012. 35, so with tax, that's probably like 28. Like, I struggled just even going to work at that point. So just to give some transparency here of where I come from, but even in that job loss, I felt it coming, where I was already applying for another job. It sucked to me at the time, but I made it. I was okay. I survived it. And honestly, that was right before my 30th birthday. So that was a milestone mark for me. So it is definitely a memory. Um, and like I said, you can survive anything, you can overcome anything, but just being prepared is the thing. And one of the other things that Ronnie said today too was, what did she say? Shoot, I just went blank. She was like, I think it was something of the sort, like I was just saying about being prepared, like, just making sure like that you relying on that 9 to 5, that you have another source. So if the 9 to 5 gets cut off, that you're okay. And basically that's where you should be right now. So again, I want to welcome you to our channel, and sorry if y'all got a little confused, but I'm recording this on Sunday, but it's dropping December the 7th. And if you're watching on December the 7th today, yeah, it's just a 1-year anniversary mark. Just wanted to tell you, bring you back to my channel, and also tell you what I'm going to be talking about moving forward, vlogging with my family and things like that, and then also just trying to help somebody. But I am now a real estate agent. So feel free to contact me. I am licensed in the state of Tennessee. If you're in Tennessee, I would love to help. Also programs and just educate you on different things and opportunities, even though it doesn't look like there's hope. There is definitely hope. And I never give up. So, and then also I am a medical courier. So you'll get the videos dropping on that soon as well. But I guess that is all for now. Bye.